Time now for Ask the Expert, a timely topic. The great salt debate continues. Salt is a popular ingredient in many foods, especially around the holiday table. We all probably had way too much yesterday. It's important, though, to know the limits.
We are all retaining water from our salty dinners last night. Joining us live this afternoon, never retaining water, Dr. Jennifer McKinnon. She's the attending physician over at Froedtert and an associate professor at the Med College of Wisconsin. All right, first question, how much salt is okay?
Oh, yes. Okay, the guidelines are 2,300 milligrams a day, which is a pretty low amount when the average American has about 3,400 milligrams a day. So it does involve really thinking about cutting back, and even 1,500 milligrams a day for certain conditions.
Okay.
And there is a debate because a big study came out with 100,000 people in it over 17 countries that said actually maybe 3,000 to 6,000 milligrams is okay. So we're still in a debate, but I'd say we're going to go with maybe 3,000.
Is it just hidden in so many foods we don't even think about? Is that how we go over the numbers so easily?
Yes, it is. It is often hidden in processed foods especially. In fact, that is the major culprit here is processed foods.
So the 2,300 is a teaspoon, right? The recommended.
Right.
Okay, so why is too much salt considered bad for us if you go over that teaspoon in excess?
There's an association with high blood pressure where it actually can increase then your chance of stroke over time and heart attacks. So because of that, we recommend this restriction. Also salt sensitive, certain populations, including African Americans, all adults over 51, people with kidney disease and heart disease also are very sensitive to salt, where it would propend them to having heart disease.
You mentioned a couple demographic groups there. Does everybody need to be mindful of this, or is it just those groups that really need to be safe?
For sure, those groups. So any adult over 51, for sure. But definitely before then, it's a little bit more lenient, where you could do maybe this 3,000 to 6,000. But anybody consuming too much, like over 6,000 milligrams a day, really needs to, over time, start to bring that number down.
So when we talk about salt, what kind should we be using?
There's different types. It's kind of confusing now. There's kosher salt, there's sea salts of all different varieties. But for the most part, they're all sodium chloride.
Salt is salt. Salt
is salt, exactly. So for the most part, don't worry about that. They say they're organic and have no additives, and that's true for sea salt. But those additives are minuscule, so they're not necessarily giving you some added benefit. It's fine to use plain old table salt.
And the iodine in table salt, is that a bad thing?
No, it's a good
thing.
That? Right. It was added back about 100 years ago in the Morton Salt Company, definitely to prevent getting thyroid disease. So that's why we have iodine. But nowadays, there's enough iodine in processed foods and in animal feed that we don't have to necessarily get it from table salt.
So you can use your kosher salt and still feel good about it.
Right.
All right. Dr. McKinnon, thanks for coming in today. Have a question for any of our experts? Here's how you get it to us. Email asktheexpert@tmj4.com or leave a voicemail at that number right there on your screen.